What's up everybody, it's Silasjp back with a new video, and yeah, today I'm doing a video blog that actually happened 7 weeks ago, but because on one hand my iPhone completely messed up with the audio and I shot half of a vlog on my iPhone, I wasn't able to make the vlog immediately. That's why I'm doing this now. And then on the other hand, I have so many things going on in my life right now that I haven't had time before to really make this vlog. So here I am, and this vlog is not only a video blog, it's more like telling you my evolution of filmmaking in the last year, because what happened in the last year was so crazy. So let's go back in time. We started in January this year, 2017. I just produced a very kick-ass short film, which was really cool. Yeah, it was really cool. And then our community hosted the Holy Spirit Night. So I will explain what the Holy Spirit Night is later. I made an event recap, and this was kind of like my first step into doing event recaps and doing event cinematography, and it was pretty good. It did pretty well on Facebook and people liked it. So this was my first step into event recaps. I also got hired for more recaps. So a few months after I got a new camera, I got a new lens, I finished school, I got a drone. Then I took all the stuff to Austria and made even better movies, and then I got back and I thought like, okay, what's next? What I want to do next in my filmmaking career, what I want to achieve next. So I heard about the Holy Spirit Night in Stuttgart, which actually is one of the biggest Christian events in whole Europe, and then I wrote them an email and said, hey, I make movies, and that's the video work I've done in the past. After 1 month, they were texting me and say, hey, Silas, you want to come to us? We would love to learn more about you, and we want you to film our event, which was pretty awesome because it is an event with over 10,000 people, and it's very big. So I went there and they were super excited about my work. So it was starting on Friday on 7 p.m. and I said, okay, I only can do Saturday, because on Friday I had a very mandatory university class which I really had to visit. They completely understood it and said, okay, that's fine, then you only film Saturday. I was sitting in university class on Friday, and then all of a sudden they told us, okay, we'll end 1.5 or 2 hours earlier. And my head was spinning around. I thought, okay, if everything goes well, I could barely make it on the right time to the Holy Spirit Night to Stuttgart. So when they ended the university class, I ran straight to the parking lot, jumped in my car, drove back home 50 kilometers. So at home I grabbed my camera gear and I also warmed up a pizza, and then I straight drove to Stuttgart. The thing is, the drive usually takes you 1 hour to Stuttgart, to the place where the Holy Spirit Night is actually taking place. But because it was Friday afternoon and I was not the only person who wanted to go to Stuttgart, it was a total mess and total traffic jam, so it took me over 2 hours to get there and find a parking spot. But in the end I made it a bit late, but I made it to the event. So I arrived at the event, went in the social media room, the people were happy that I was coming, and then I calibrated the Ronin and started shooting. Did I mention what the Holy Spirit Night actually is? Basically, the Holy Spirit Night is kind of a big scale youth service taking place at several places in whole Europe. So many young people, many young Christians come together, praise and worship God, and that's what basically the Holy Spirit Night is. And Stuttgart is hosting the biggest one with over 10,000 people, so they are renting this giant arena where they are actually hosting the event, which is super awesome. And it was my job to film the entire event, which was awesome. Oh yeah, actually they gave me some footage from the old years that I could use to edit trailers for them. So here's one trailer I edited. Who said being a Christian is boring? So I spent the whole evening shooting the event from all kinds of angles. I had the DJ Ronan for this evening, which they provided to me, which was really awesome, very good experience. And then just before midnight, I walked about half a mile to the parking lot where I parked my car, jumped my car, drove back home, and then the next morning, same thing again. Like, I jumped my car, drove straight to Stuttgart. This time it only took me 1 hour. This day they had kind of like a conference, a youth conference in the morning and in the afternoon, so I shot this a bit, and between shooting I was able to edit already the event recap for this evening, or like basically one of the first event recaps going live after the event. And then in the evening it was the final big highlight of the entire 2 days, the big Holy Spirit night, where the whole arena with over 10,000 people was just sold out, which was awesome, and I was able to shoot it. The show is about to start in maybe 1 or 2 minutes, so I really have to take this. This was by far the biggest church service I've ever experienced. It was just massive, like so many people and just such a good program. It was awesome. And then again the band played. So the event ended somewhere at 10:30 p.m. So went straight down in the social media room, grabbed my computer and continued editing the movie, which was kind of like halfway done. So about 1 hour later I was finally hitting this export button in Final Cut Pro 10. So when the video was rendered, I showed it to the people there and they were pretty excited about it, and they already wanted to post it on Instagram. So Dohan briefly photoshopped together kind of like a thumbnail for Instagram, which was awesome, and he did it in maybe 5 minutes or something like this. Really awesome. And then in less than 2 hours after the event, we finally released the first event recap. I'll leave the link to the full recap down below in the video description. So then somewhere late after midnight it was time for me to say goodbye to all these awesome people I was able to work with in the last few days and weeks. So then I packed all my gear together and I left the arena, got in my car and then drove back home. So I wanted to do this vlog as an example why I'm not making a lot of videos on this YouTube channel. It's just because I don't have a lot of time now to make YouTube videos, because I have projects like this. Not all the time, but I'm working in several different bigger video projects. Sometimes video is not the main focus of the project, but I'm responsible for the video stuff of this big project. I don't just have the time for it, and there are other more relevant videos I have and want to do. So I already spent 5 hours editing, for example, a second event recap for the Holy Spirit night, which I'm playing now. Yeah, I'll leave the link to the full video in the video description. So there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of video work happening beside my YouTube channel. I hope you can understand this, and this vlog should be more like an example what this video work I'm doing outside of this YouTube channel could look like and looks like. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope it was interesting, and maybe you could give me some feedback in the comments. See you next time, bye.